Welcome back, everybody. This is GCTV. This is Global Champions League Round 2, live from Tropez here on the French Riviera, Stage 6 of the 2024 Global Champions season. After an intriguing opening round of GCL, we now are halfway through the second round of GCL. And with that, it's the Mexico Amigos that hold on to a provisional lead. They are just ahead of the Istanbul Warriors and the Prague Lions, who, after a difficult weekend, find themselves now on 22 penalties, and surely as the second half of the field then enters the ring, those performances are going to see Istanbul, Mexico and Prague fall slightly further down the table. But as it stands, let's take a look at the provisional leaders. Mexico Amigos find themselves on 12 penalties. These are the performances then, firstly, of Carlos Hank Guerrero, who was the first man to come out for the team on age 5 Ganesh Hero. And as we saw then, Carlos Hank Guerrero, if you remember back in Mexico, what a wonderful weekend he had. And now all of a sudden featuring for the team once again. And Guerrero having 4 penalties, just a single fence going down for Carlos Hank Guerrero. It keeps the team in a good position based on the early stages of GCL Round 2. And especially for a team that has dipped in form of late and fallen down the table. Low scoring rounds like this will certainly help them out from a championship perspective. Eduardo Pereira de Menez was the next man in for Mexico Amigos. And if you talk about the 4 of Carlos Hank Guerrero being impressive, well, then he goes on to deliver an even more impressive clear. And with that clear, it keeps the Mexico Amigos on 12 and gives them that provisional lead. So, how many more fences can fall around the Mexico Amigos? How high can they climb up the table as the second half continues to come through? As it stands, pretty good performance from the Mexico Amigos at the halfway point. The Istanbul Warriors came just before them. Olivier Robert coming into the lineup in that second round. Let's show you then what the Frenchman was able to do for the Istanbul Warriors, powered by Carpe Diem here in Tropez. Jumping on Iglesias DV. Olivier Robert, a 2-time LGCT Grand Prix champion, now competing for his new team on the Global Champions League, comes in for round 2, replacing Darren Diermasoy. And for the Frenchman, unfortunately, there was a fence that went down. He eventually came home on 4 penalties. But again, because of the position we find ourselves in, that red fence going down once more in that final line here in GCL round 2. Frederick de Backer did make the point about the trickery being used by the course designer Gregory Bordeaux this weekend. And what may well appear as simple lines is always going to ask questions of these riders. Following Olivier Robert, Andreas Skau and Napoli come into the ring for GCL round 2. And much like Robert, Skau having a fence down, taking his penalty count to 4, and it takes the Istanbul Warriors, powered by Carpe Diem, to 16 penalties overall. But as it stands on the provisional table, that 16 will put them in second place, just behind the Mexico Amigos. Monaco Aces were the team who were first out the gates. Gregory Cotard having a really tough day in that opening round, 24 penalties. He followed then in the second round. Let's show you as he went on to go and get 4 penalties, but it was the very impressive round of Duarte Seabra, who jumped clear for his team, that kept them on the score of those 32 penalties. Let's hear from Duarte Seabra.
Duarte, what could have been a really difficult weekend, a really difficult stage here, has actually turned, I think, into quite a positive stage for Monaco Aces, because 3 really nice rounds from the team. You went clear. How do you sum it up?
It went really well for me. My horse felt good. This is not the best arena for him. It's quite small and he has a big stride, but he managed well and I felt good, so I'm happy.
You went clear. You even had a little extra jump over the start and the flowers. Dorados is in fabulous form.
Yeah, he's in very good shape. He's been jumping quite a bit now, so it's almost time to give him a break before his big show this year, the Olympics. Yeah, today I had an extra fence. I jumped the pot there, whatever, flowers. But even with that, he managed to keep cool and he was clear, so that was the most important.
Just a quick comment on Gregory, because he obviously had a difficult round in round 1, but to come back and jump how he did, an unlucky 4 faults in the end for him, does show the sort of mental strength from him.
For sure, Gregory is he's a great guy, a very good athlete. He does a lot of sports and he knows how to recover from. I mean, he had a bad round, which was a shame. He's normally quite competitive, and he just came back on the second round and he showed how he should have done in the first round. So I mean, it was only a bad moment, and I'm sure he will be back on form for Cannes.
Congratulations on your clear round and thank you for your time.
Thanks very much.
An impressive round from Duarte Seabra, and understandably very happy with Dourados and his performance. Monaco Aces, powered by the Lion of Portu's first team out in Global Champions League Round 2 because of that difficult opening round from Gregory Cota. Because of that good round then from Seabra, trying to limit the damage as much as possible. A lot still to come here in the second half. Remember, we are one team down in the overall. That's because of the elimination in round 1 of New York Empire, powered by Lugano Diamonds. Jody Hall McAteer taking a rather heavy fall. She is okay. Her horse is okay. So that is the most important thing. But it does mean that there will be no New York Empire in the second round. We will only jump GCL round 2 with 13 teams. Razorback International, powered by the Kingsland Equestrian team, will be the last team to go. Maybe we quickly show you the round then of Peter de Vos on Tupi de la Roque. Now, this is not the kind of round that you expect from Peter de Vos. In fact, he makes the horse change to go to the senior horse in GCL round 2 after jumping just the 10-year-old Yarina in round 1. He then goes on to bring Moms Tupi de la Roque in, and at 17 years of age, all the experience in the world. And unfortunately for de Vos and for Tupi, we saw not just one, but not just two, but three fences going down as the Belgian veteran saw 12 penalties come his way. And because of that, the Prague Lions, I'm afraid, now find themselves on 22 penalties going into Cannes next week. So, as we stand by and get ready for the next round of competitors to come through after the break, the Doha Falcons will be the next team in. Jérôme Guéry, Simon Delestre come in. Julien Aketam has been subbed out for the second round. So, really experienced pairing for the Doha Falcons. Now, we have been talking a lot about the Doha Falcons. So, now all of a sudden, with this experienced lineup, maybe they will just go on to find themselves moving up. We see some support for the Cannes Stars, powered by the Iron Dames. Loads of smiles as well all round for Global Champions League Round 2. We are ready to go. Let's head back inside the arena. The Doha Falcons continue the action here on GCTV.
Jérôme Guéry, as mentioned, for Doha Falcons. The team on 8, they have a rail in hand on the Mexico Amigos. But the next team is Valkenswaard United, and they come in with 4 penalties. So how much slack are they going to give Valkenswaard United? Guéry on Carica LS Elite by Caruso LS La Silla and Reboso La Silla. Is de Lestre still warming up? And an exciting start for Guéry with Carrick Ailes. Athletic gelding. Paquila 3. Straight away the margin wiped out by Guéry and Carreca. 12 is the score as we speak. Level now with Mexico Amigos. Istanbul Warriors sit in second on 16. Good flex over Lugano Diamonds. Well controlled to the upright of Global Champions. That's a very tall ×1.60 vertical on the downhill line. And straight for the upright. and 4 to get home. Keeps it on 4. Ooh, la 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 la, just in time, 69.28 seconds. Jérôme Guéry, Careca LS Elite nearly caught an extra time penalty. That was lucky, because it would have dropped them straight away behind Mexico Amigos, with the next trail also behind Istanbul Warriors. Now we do have to note that Guéry now has not given his teammate a lot of margin. His slow time forces Simon Lester to go fast. The Lester needs a 63-second clear in order to stay in front of Mexico Amigos. Now, as individual, only Philippe Rosier went faster. So very, very unrealistic that Doha Falcons are going to lead, even if Simon Lester goes clear on Cayman Jolly Jumper. Here he goes behind, and that straight away means that it is impossible for him to make the time of 63 seconds, actually below 63 even, to keep Doha in front of Mexico Amigos. And that's not because of the rail of Jérôme Guéry, but that is because of the slow time of Guéry and Careca. On the right, the 1:33.21, and the split indeed indicates that. Already 2 seconds behind on the pace needed to get in front of Mexico Amigos. But it's more about jumping clears. That would surprise me. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that run. And it's just not going to make it. No, but only just. Wow, wow, wow. Simon Lester really put up a great fight in 63.96 seconds. Only misses out by points. What is that?
So a clear from Simon de Lestre all of a sudden puts the Doha Falcons in a pretty strong position for the rest of Global Champions League Round 2, live from Ramatuelle, Saint-Tropez. If you want to watch the rest of the action, you need to get yourself a GCTV live pass. We're currently running a French pass that will give you access to Saint-Tropez, to Cannes, and to the Paris shows as well. Those details are available for you on screen as we speak, and on the website as well. 3 stages, all for one price. Go and get your French pass. Join us for GCTV live action as we continue our way down the season. Falcons White United, the winners of Madrid, next in the ring as Marcus Eining and John Whittaker go in search for back-to-back victories for Falcons White United.